Farrell on it again, deep one around the back, Quinn there's the Frenchman goal! It's Andrew Quinn, the underdogs bare their teeth and show their fight in this cup final. Drogheda United strike first.
Welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, a Drogheda United fans podcast, proudly sponsored by the Coffee Box.
Hello and welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, season 2, episode number 3. And I'm joined by the usual suspects, Owen and Richie. How are we, chaps?
Yeah, great lads.
All good, yeah, brilliant. Happy as Larry after Friday, I presume?
Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah, good performance overall. Shout out to the pitch staff. Just to get the pitch in that condition was amazing.
Yeah,
Matt, Ian and Eddie, it's the three boys. And I thought it was going to cut up really bad, but geez, it held up really, really well considering you had the rain it's had.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great place to start. Owen, it's massive achievement by the lads, and they've been getting a lot of praise in the media and all the League of Ireland press and all that as well over the last few days, saying how good the pitch looked. I think Owen Doyle even said it that before the game that it looked like a pitch in June or July. It looked that good. Then he made a joke saying obviously he didn't go into the middle of it, so he didn't know for sure, but geez, it looked good. It cut up ever so slightly in a couple of areas. You could see a bit of mud, but not a lot.
Yeah, and I think you're actually more worried about the warm-up than the actual match.
Right.
You know, just a lot of sharp turning and running in your warm-up in the one spot.
Yeah,
you could see it down near the corner on the cross line. So, but yeah, that's for sure during the match. None of it cut up then, No,
it was brilliant. And in fairness, it is probably one of the best pitches in the league.
Ah, definitely, yeah.
You know,
we've been saying that for a while, and other people tend to, for some bizarre reason, people just got this into their head that the ground's a bit of a shithole, so the pitch is shite. But the pitch hasn't been shite for years. The pitch has been brilliant for 20 years under Matty. I can't remember that pitch being really, really bad. I know we put drainage in and all that a few years ago. Was it French drain zone? You were on about them the other night?
Yeah, French drains. Since they've been putting, I don't really recall us having a league game called off, like Rossi Malone Cup, but I do think if that was a league game, the game probably would have went ahead.
So what is that? What is it like? Is that a difference?
It's just a certain design. I think there's like pipes that go under the pitch to take all the water away. There's like pipes with holes in them, so they're porous, and it directs all the water away.
Right, like a percolation system there. Like.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I didn't put them in myself, so I'm not 100% sure now. But I was involved in the sports club at the time, paid for them, so I do remember when they were put in. Yeah, it made some difference.
Yeah.
Apparently, Richie, it's a guy stood there in a stripy jumper with a beret and a big mustache and a yoke of onions around his neck. he's given a big spade and told to get to work.
And is he just a volunteer, or does he work for the club?
No, he's paid. He's been paid. Yeah, we fly him over from Paris every 2 weeks. Rich American owners, we can afford to do whatever the fuck we want now, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Joe Stephen on about, you just mentioned there, a lot of people on about the ground. I don't think, right, it is old, of course it is, but if you go up to a match on it now, it is tidy, isn't it, at the minute?
Oh, very much so.
You know what I mean?
A lot, yeah.
It has,
the new video board behind the goal is good.
Yeah.
And I understand our friends in Walsall donated that to us. I'm sure their fans will love that.
They drove over. I've seen photographs of a Walsall car in the ground and everything putting it in.
Yeah. No, it does. I think the ground looks fabulous. Considering, as I said, it is an old ground. We're never going to get away from that. But I think, and you read some of the comments online, I think it's a cheap shot. Or it's a kip, and it'll always be a kip. They're after putting a lot of time and effort into that ground in the last couple of seasons. You know, so.
Yeah, I think in fairness, Richie, we see it because we're there all the time, and from our side, like a lot of the work is kind of done over on our end, like the new entrance and the new turnstiles, the toilets, the new bar. There's a new tunnel for the players to enter the pitch as well. You can kind of see a bit of that from where we are. That looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, from an away fans point of view, I suppose they're just still stood in the old shed, and it hasn't really changed an awful lot in a long time. But look, we're going to Oriel Park this Friday night, which we'll talk about at length shortly. And we're going into a fucking. We might as well be 1962 going up to the place, because it literally hasn't changed one iota for away fans. It's absolutely horrendous. We're going to get soaked. It's going to be fucking lashing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think a lot of away fans do appreciate United Park, to be fair, because you do see a lot of the old school heads going, oh, it's a great trip. A lot of the Bows and Rovers and them lads kind of take it for what it is, because, I mean, Bows fans can hardly slag anyone over having a dilapidated ground. Their place has fallen to absolute bits. And I mean, even a lot of the old school Rovers lads know, like, you know, it's an an old League of Ireland ground, and that's what it is. But I have to agree with you. I think that the powers that be have done the utmost to make the match day experience a lot more enjoyable for a lot of people, because I went to the new bar the other night at half time. I went down and had a pint just to see what it was like, and absolutely class below.
Ah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, class.
Yeah. I was there Wednesday night now, the opening of it was brilliant.
Yeah. The only problem I would have, and I said it last year as well, is just the lack of toilet facilities is a nightmare, because the queue for the Jacks was about 30 or 40 people deep all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting in a new bar, and you're encouraging people to have that few points even before or during the game or whatever, and then there's not really decent toilet facilities. But I'm not really sure what they can do there either. We seem to have used up all the space.
Yeah, so, no, it is fairly tight, all right, for space.
Yeah, we'll just have to grin and bear it and just get on with it until we can get out of the place, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I always just thought it was a cheap shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's, as you said already, there's a lot of walking into it now, and it's a tidy little ground at the moment. You know, and good facilities upstairs in the clubhouse now as well, in the 12-man bar.
Yeah, and I was listening to the RTE soccer podcast earlier on, and Richie Tell, now in fairness to him, he was saying how much he liked the ground and he thought the pitch was class and all that, but he was slagging the changing rooms. Said the changing rooms are horrendous, but they've been done up since, haven't they? Done up in the last couple of years since he was there.
Yeah, that was probably all during COVID, wasn't it? They had to separate them, remember, all the social distance. So
yeah,
the first team were using upstairs then as well, weren't they?
they're using the clubhouse, yeah.
Yeah, so like, you can understand that, you know, but like, all that's changed now. You know?
Yeah, no, look, for sure. So yeah, look, as you said, I'm glad you mentioned it, Owen. I was going to mention it, but fair play to Matty. I'm not sure the other lads' names who are responsible for the pitch these days. Matt would be the only one that I would know, but they did an unbelievable job, and fair play to them. Like, it was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, right, lads, 2-0. I think you were right, Richie.
Yeah, I predicted that, didn't I?
And you said Mark Doyle a score or two, didn't you?
Do you know what? I'm trying to think back now. Did I say Doyle or did I say Kavanagh?
I thought you said Doyle now.
Yeah, and did I say Lua?
You might have. We'll go back and have a listen to them before we do the spreadsheet.
Yeah. No,
I'm doing the spreadsheet, lads.
What's that?
I'm not doing no spreadsheet.
Just get a pen and paper on. Old school.
No. I already set up the extratime.ie predictions league.
Oh, you're harping on about that again. I couldn't get into it. It wouldn't let me register.
So that's a problem in chair, not in computer. That's what we call it in the IT world, picnic. You're the problem, not you're the problem.
That sounds like a me problem, is it?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, great result, lads. Fucking game was over within 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was some start, wasn't it? And it just, like, at the moment, like Drogheda is probably the wrong team you want to concede first against. You know, but just so hard to break down. But then to concede a second one, like, you go 2-0 down against Drogheda after 10 minutes. Like, I'd say Waterford will just say, nah, here, game's done and dusted. We ain't getting anything off these lads. But like, that is the team that Doherty's built. Like, this isn't just this season. Doherty's been building a team like this for the last couple of seasons. You know, they're just all over the pitch. They're just so hard to play against. It was a brilliant play game.
Yeah, I think Shane Farrell had one of his best games for us, in my opinion. I thought he was absolutely class. And what a goal with his left foot as well, like, absolute peach of a finish. There's no way anyone was getting anywhere near that.
Yeah, was it Shane Farrell or Mark Guy?
No, Shane Farrell, the first goal. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. I'm not sure. Ginger bloke.
But, yeah, no, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was great. But, like, you could see Jordan's tactics from word go. It was like straight up, put them under pressure. Played for a corner, but got the corner. And they just never took their foot off the neck in the first minute or two. And it paid dividends.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, look, we keep on harping on about it, but it's just the way he has them set up, and I'm in absolutely no doubts now that that's exactly how we're going to be playing for this season. I wasn't kind of, you're not too sure with bringing in new lads and, bringing in Kavanagh, bringing in Mark Doyle, who's normally playing out on the wing, and, how are we going to play? We might be able to, I still think we can probably play a little bit more ball than maybe last year, and we probably will be able to sort of, mix it up a little bit more, but there's no doubt about it that we're still going to go for the jugular, as you said, with, anything from a corner or a set piece in and around the area or a long throw in and all that. And it's, fuck it, like, it's a pleasure to watch. I don't care anymore. Like, all the naysayers can say exactly whatever they want. Who cares? We're after getting 2 straight wins on the bounce, and we showed what we're made of. I still do think that there's a lot. We're a little bit more adaptable than maybe last year and the year before, but winning second balls, winning third balls, just getting that ball back into the mixer and putting ourselves in there. It's class. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, why would anyone have a problem with it?
Yeah, we certainly don't.
No, well, I'm sure 1 or 2 will during the year. If we start losing games and things don't go your way, people start giving a shit about the way we play. But, like, let them at it.
Yeah, look, you know what, as I said, I was up at that last Wednesday night, opening the bar, and Doherty spoke. And he basically said, there's only 2 teams in this division who've got a style, and they stick with their style. And he said, that's us and Rovers. He said, other teams change their formations, change their tactics throughout the season, adapt to different games. He said, us and Rovers don't. He said, we're the only 2 teams with our own identity in the league.
Ooh, right.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he was on about Waterford. He said, I watched Waterford last week against Shells. He said, I don't know what way they're going to set up this Friday coming. He said, I know in the night. But he said, you know what way we're going to set up every week. You know what you get from Rovers every week,
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? I mean, you have to be a bit more, you have to be adaptable in some way. Teams start kind of getting a handle on what you're going to do, and then they'll counter it. Like, I mean, like that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but is that not a bit?
Yeah, no, look, and in fairness to me, he did say, he said, obviously some games you do have to change if the game's going against you. Obviously, you have to change it up. But, like, try and play against Drogheda and went on like that the other night. It's so difficult. It's not as if we leave ourselves wide open and think, we do what we do. And we stick to our plan. And, like, not only do we win off the first header, but they're winning the second header, they're winning the third. Like, players just don't get a moment to settle on the ball.
And
You know,
consistency is the big thing with that as well. Like when you look at our squad, where you the back three inside the back five, then six if you include Dennison, like 4 out of 6 including Dennison, all played last year. Farrell, Lua played last year. That consistency helps. If you look, just looking at like Waterford had a completely new back four.
Yeah.
And I think they had 1 or 2 newbies in midfield.
yeah.
Like that's going to take time for them to adapt. Like you could see them getting caught out a lot at the back four, particularly even for the second goal. Like Ken cuts inside, he takes 3 defenders, 3 players in with him. Alu's just standing out on his own out on the left wing, puts in a good ball across, bang, goal. But again, I think the fact that we have kept a good lot of our squad and most of our squad, it does help with that consistency and getting your game plan across, so less mistakes to be made.
Plus as well, like, I definitely think we're probably being a little bit unfair ourselves on them. Like, this team can play football. Like, they are good going forward in possession.
Oh, very good.
Showed a few moments, during the game.
Yeah,
they had a nice bit of football, like.
Yeah, and if you look at the two, like, even looks at Kavanagh and O'Brien, they're 2 players that can do both sides of it. Like,
and Farrell, to be fair.
And Farrell, yeah. Like, the 3 of them are good going back as good as going forward. Like, Kavanagh the other night, the amount of times he was back in that position, sort of clearing the ball or nicking the ball off somebody, winning the tackle, and then all of a sudden he's up the other end, flicking balls around the corner. Like, Doherty's been very clever with the players inside.
Yeah, very much so. And one of the lads on the RTE pod earlier on made a really, really, really good point. I thought it was brilliant. They were saying that, you know, there was times when Waterford were kind of coming down the wings, and like Abaje and Conor Kane weren't engaging. They weren't coming towards them and engaging the player. They were letting the midfielders kind of drop back and get a tackle in, because the 2 boys were saying, you know, the 2 boys were basically, right, don't engage, because if you get bet, Waterford are coming down the wing and Waterford are going to start pinging balls in towards Hammond and your other man, because Podge Hammond's absolutely lethal in the air. He's not the biggest man in the world, but, you know, he only needs a half a chance from a header, like, because they were showing headers of his during the week before the game and highlights from last year. Obviously, he's the leading goal scorer for the last 2 years, but some of the headers he scored are unbelievable. From the edge of the area, from the back of his head, just a little glancing, you know, those little glancing headers, like, he's lethal, like, from those kind of balls. But we didn't let Waterford, not once did they get a ball, get a cross in from out wide. We didn't let them do it. And it was because the 2 boys sort of weren't engaging. They kept coming back, and the midfielders then were going towards the player with the ball and trying to get a tackle in or a block in. So we were keeping that sort of solid back 5. We were keeping them in a line. The 2 boys weren't running out to engage the player, like. So it was a really good point, and it's quite obvious when you look back at it, but it's totally deliberate, because obviously Kevin and Dara have said to the 2 of them, you stay where you are, lads. That's the midfielder's job. And it looks, sometimes it could probably look quite negative when you're looking at it on the telly from if you're a fan of another team looking and go, like, fucking draw there, every man behind the ball and, quite negative and all that. That's not negative. That's really, really clever. We just stopped them from pinging balls into the box all night. They never got a chance. We made them go down. We made them really go down centrally constantly, and they were trying to have shots from outside the area and pot shots from distance, and it was totally deliberate what we were doing. Like, it's really, really great tactic. Like,
yeah, he's himself really well. Like, they're really like a machine at the moment. Only 2 games in. Like, every player knows their job.
Yeah. Look, we'll just go through the team, I suppose, a little bit. I thought Shane Farrell had a great game, as I said already. I thought he really, really played well. I also thought Tom Salua, again, shown some really positive signs after the Galway game. I thought he played well in Galway, and I thought he played really well the other night. If he can continue that kind of form, I know we're always saying if he could add some goals to his game, that would be fantastic. But even if he can contribute the way he's contributing at the minute, getting his head down, running into space, crossing the ball into the box, that's what we've wanted from him since he came to us. Like,
yeah, I'll let you take that one on.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's been marked improvement so far this season and last season. Just a bit sharper. I don't know whether someone had words with him or not, I don't know, but yeah, it's real impressive. Yeah, even across the team, like Ethan O'Brien got man of the match from Virgin. I thought he was excellent again, but you could easily give it to Kane or Doyle as well. I think they were brilliant as well.
Yeah, I thought Conor Kane was fantastic.
Yeah, Kane was brilliant, but Ivan turned around to the two boys behind us now that we were at the games about Lewis, and we said, that's actually Thomas Lewis that played against us for Wexford.
Yeah.
That was the Thomas Lewis that we all thought we were signing.
Yeah.
And he was so dangerous. Like, I thought he was brilliant on the night. He was very close to man of the match for me. Like.
Yeah, I'd agree. I thought he was class.
Yeah, so dangerous.
It's funny we were saying that, like, you know, if he could kind of if he continues in the form that he's in, if he did start adding goals to his game, he wouldn't be there for very long, because he'd be a serious all rounder if he can get on the score sheet.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean, he started the season the right way, hasn't he? He started full of confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Amazing what a goal or two can bring to it. Well, look, I did say it here, and you probably said it as well last year about him. It was his first year in full-time football.
Yeah.
You know, it probably did take a while to adapt to it. You know, so like, you had to give him a chance. You couldn't have just flung him out the door after last season. But I definitely did, like I did say here as well, he has to do it this season. You can't just keep giving him a chance. Now look, in fairness to the chap, he has started off really well, so he has to continue with him.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. Yeah, look, just going back to Friday night. I mean, there's 2 goals up within 10 minutes. I suppose Waterford kind of came into it maybe the last 10 minutes of the first half. They had a good bit of the ball. Again, never really put us under much pressure. We kind of sat a little bit deep. You know, you're going to do that when you're 2 up. But you know, nothing to write home about from a Waterford point of view. You know, you'd Luke Heaney kind of coming way up the pitch towards the sort of halfway line, and he pinged a few diagonal balls over to the clubhouse side, and you know, but nothing was coming from them. They weren't really. There was no creativity in that Waterford side the other night. They just couldn't cope with us and couldn't walk out a way of trying to break us down. And I'd credit us for that. Obviously, I think the way we set up, as we said already, was just really dogged, and you know, they were going to have some of the ball, of course they were, but like we let them have it.
Yeah. No, that is definitely like a tactic from Doherty. It's just like, let them have the ball. I mean, let them break us down. We're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
It's up to them. And then I thought when Drummond got on the ball, we were really good going forward. We made good use of it. But on Waterford, they look very unbalanced, don't they, Waterford? Like, very overloaded up front.
Yeah.
He's trying to fit them all in, and you can't do that. I thought the midfield was average. I thought the defence was very poor. The keeper was poor. You know, he's trying to fit all the strikers into that team, and he just can't do it.
Was it Lonergan, Noonan and Podge, the 3 of them kind of up the top?
And Lockburn, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. You know, I know what you're saying. It's like, yeah, it's great having lads on the pitch that are kind of, you know, have an eye for goal and Hammond, blah, blah, blah. We spoke about it 1,000,001 times. But when you can get no service to them and they can't get in behind you, because they just were not getting in behind us at all night. And, you know, long may that continue, because I think there was a good few times last year where teams kind of seemed to have our number a little bit, and they were kind of getting balls into the box and all that. But and even then, if a high ball sort of gets floated in there, we've got 3 giants of centre halves that are going to deal with most of them. So, you know, it's set up really, really well.
Yeah, and look, I like not even the 3 centre halves. Like, if you ever even watching the highlights back, they're always in the right place, aren't they? They're never sucked out of position. They're never scrambling for a block. They're always there to block it. They just seem to know where to be. you know, and the amount of balls Keely just put his foot on, you know what I mean? Just tapped it out, kicked it out. Same with Quinn, same with Boney. Like, they're so organised, they're so well drilled as a team. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, like they had 20 shots and 11 of them were blocked.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
So like Denison had feck all to do really, like.
Yeah. And like that's it. Even if we get by the centre halves, you've got Denison there as well.
Yeah, like right, they one shot from distance to hit the bar, like that.
Yeah.
It was a great strike, not much you can do with that, but yeah, like see, just looking at the stats here, like 20 shots. Our keeper saved 3 shots. Their keeper saved 4, like we 13 shots in total, like.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know.
We had more shots on target than they had as well.
Did we? Yeah. Well, the possession wasn't too far off each other, was it?
60-40.
It's 40-60 to them, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Which is, as we spoke about already, it's the way John has set up. John do let teams have the ball.
Yeah, and look, when I think it's safety first to us as well. If a ball comes in and, we're not going to try, centre half's not going to try and take the ball out of the air and then look to pick a pass in and around his own area. He's just going to put his foot through that ball and the ball's going to end up in the fucking graveyard or out in the Wimble Road. We don't care about that shit. Boom, gone, over the stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were actually just slagging the other night as well. We counted 8 balls went out onto the cross lanes the other night.
I know.
We were saying Paul Colley would be running in and out all night.
Look,
I hope you got the match there. The match balls are expensive.
I know, yeah.
Something could be around £100 a ball, wouldn't it be? Right?
Fucking hell.
Some of them match balls are mad expensive, yeah.
Jesus wept. But look, I mean, again, from the outside looking in, it might not be the most pleasant thing on the eye to watch us doing that, you know what I mean? But as I said, safety first, you're 2-0 up at home. Second game of the season, we're not under any real pressure. Why bother dicking around with the ball at the back when you don't have to, when you just know, right, hold on a minute, let me just bang, lash the ball back up the pitch, lash it into the stands, lash it into the cross lanes, who cares? You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Absolutely. But in fairness, I think they do that when they have to do that. I just don't think they do that all the time. Plenty of times, look at our midfield the other night. It's so different to last season, isn't it? Ethan O'Brien just looking for the ball every opportunity. Wants to get on the ball and doesn't take too much out of it either. He'll pop it off. He'll get the game moving again. But I think that team's well capable of playing football, and they do play football. They did play football the other night, but Drogheda do it at the right time. Drogheda just, as you said, they kick it into the stands when they have to, and that's absolutely fine. But they're well capable of playing football, and we will see a lot more football this year from them.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Ethan O'Brien, he didn't do anything overly complicated. Same in Galway, same the other night. When he gets the ball, he looks for a pass, and if there's no pass forward, it's a nice sideways pass into space for a player who's in a better position. You know what I mean? I don't think he passed the ball backwards too much. He's obviously kind of looking forward or sideways more than that. And it wasn't it wasn't an incredible performance by him, but he's just really solid. Doesn't give the ball away. Always finds himself in a little bit of space. He seems to be one of them players who kind of knows where to be in, can get himself into that kind of a space, and doesn't seem to be under loads and loads of pressure all the time. He just has that about him. We know the way there's players like that just always seem to have a little bit of time on the ball. I think he's going to develop. If he keeps going the way he is, obviously he'll be really, really good for us. And then you add Kavanagh and Farrell into that, and then you've lads on the bench who are not getting a look in at the moment. So it's really, really positive.
Absolutely, yeah. I thought it was brilliant the other night, O'Brien.
What did we make of Boney I know he got subbed off because I think he was on a yellow, and we seen Bulger again. But what did you make of Bernie the other night?
I thought he's fairly solid now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Slots in well, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks made for this league, doesn't he?
Physically.
Yeah. Height-wise and everything. If you see him standing beside Conor Keeley, like, there's not much difference between them.
Really? Right.
Yeah, height-wise now, I know Conor Keeley'd be built up more, he'd be a lot broader, but height-wise, just watching the next time the two of them stand beside each other, there's not a lot in there. I think
he's 6'3" or something. He's a big lad.
Yeah. I just think he's made for this league. He's just adapted to it already. And like, what a game last week to throw him into Galway. Like, you're not getting any more physical than that.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it the other night. It's like the fucking land of the giants up there, isn't it, with that team? They're massive.
I said it the other night as well. I'm always in early. I always win nice and early. Where in there as before the teams come out, and just watching the warm-ups, like, drawn and look like absolute monsters compared to Waterford.
Yeah,
physically big. Yeah, you know, it did look a bit of a mismatch now in that department, and it was. But no, they look fitter, they look big, they look strong, they look fit. Where Waterford just look really small. It's just, you know, hey, look, that's not saying Waterford are not a good team because they're small. Like, they can play football.
Yeah.
Droghed's going to bully teams. They're just going to bully teams.
Well, like, anyone who watches League of Ireland and has been watching it for a while will tell you that it is a physical league. So the way we want to set up and the way we want to play, you know, the more kind of 6'2", 6'3" lads that we can have in that team, the better. And then you can add in the likes of Kavanagh and Warren Davis and lads that would be kind of smaller but a little bit more, you know, skillful.
Yeah.
Lower sense of gravity, or whatever that bloody word is, you know, when people are smarter on the ball and all that, you know, the ball kind of sticks to them. And so, yeah, absolutely. Fucking.
Yeah, he's just got the balance right, hasn't he, with the team?
That's the word I was looking for. There's a really good balance there, definitely. Look, I don't want to be getting too far ahead of ourselves here either. We're only 2 games in, so
yeah.
It was a very, very positive performance the other night. You can't help but be, you know, a bit excited about it because we just looked. Balance is the word. We looked very balanced, and you know we put our 2 chances away. We created another couple. I think Alua had a good shot on target as well, didn't he? He did. Any other shot? Yeah, that's right. There was no other real big chances, was there, from us that we missed? Though.
Kareem had one. He kind of ran on his own from the halfway line.
That's right.
Just went wide. It was a great run by him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I actually thought he did well. Come on.
So did I.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another monster.
Yeah.
He's massive.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd say it's so daunting playing against Drogheda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I said that's something that he's been building the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
He's been seeing the players, and like he spoke very well last Wednesday night as well. He's on about players. He said since last November. He said it was like everyone was asking, was he enjoying the break? He said, I'm not on the break. He said, this was my busiest time. This was last November. And he was there. He said, the amount of players that he looked at, he said, like, player after player. But he said, these players just went right for us. He said, we weren't just going to sign them. Plus then he gets talking to players and he gets a feeling of the player. Does this player want to be with Drogheda? You know? But he said he has to get the right vibe off the player that they're going to buy into what he wants and to fit into this team. So he said there was loads of players they were looking at.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think it's too easy sometimes to kind of look at it a little bit negatively and go like, oh, we're just kind of getting in whatever we can, you know, whatever's available to us on our budget and all that. Because obviously we can't compete. I mean, we can't even compete with Waterford budget-wise. You know,
Yeah.
and I think sometimes you might look at it, and I might look at it and just go, oh, we're just getting these lads in from the States because, you know, we have a contact over there, obviously, and, you know, who knows how good they are. Kevin mightn't even know how good they are, and we might be a little bit disrespectful to the process at times by, you know, underestimating how diligent Kevin and Dara are in what they do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he was on because Bulger was there as well. And he had Bulger in last season for 4 weeks before he signed him.
4 weeks, wow.
4 weeks training with the team before he signed him. He was on to the boys in America for weeks and weeks. He said, we just don't look at clips on YouTube of these lads. He said, we're scouting these lads proper. He said, we're putting the right work into this before we sign them. So, there's a lot of talk going into it.
And he even said that about Godden as well, said that they've been looking at him for a long, long time.
Yeah. He said, it's not just a matter of looking at clips on YouTube. He said, there's a lot more to it than that. And plus then he talks to the players. He as I said, he tries to get their feeling. He said, there's a lot of players there who wanted to come in just for the sake of just to get the contract off us. And Drogheda turned them down. Like Drogheda said, no, doesn't fit us. You know, so it was good to hear that.
Yeah. What's the name of that? It's like is it some sort of like a digital electronic scouting system that a lot of clubs are using?
The Y Scout, I think is the one.
What's it called?
Y Scout, I think it is.
Y Scout. Am I right in saying that a good few League of Ireland clubs have sort of taken advantage of that, like Galway and I think maybe Sligo and even Bowls at one point I heard a bit of player that might have come through that.
Like the FAI use it as well, you know, like for tracking Irish players and stuff, see the performance.
What is it? Oh, is it like a video?
Analytics.
Right.
Sort of data analytics. I know like Shells have a different thing they call Jamestown Analytics, which is
that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of. Yeah, we don't use them, but they're with they're involved with the Brighton owner Tony Bloom and stuff, and Hearts. So Shells are using the same company as what Hearts are using to recruit. Like that's what they signed this lad from Portugal, striker,
right?
And he was named and stuff. So yeah, it's a different way of looking at things.
And I mean, like I presume you pay them some sort of ongoing fee, is it? And they sort of feed players back to you that they think will suit you from the data you give them. Is that what way does that work?
Yeah, it's like a license fee. I think a yearly license fee, something like that. Maybe I think that's the way a lot of them work.
Right. Okay. So you don't actually you don't go looking at the player. You don't like. It's just a player that pops up from like. It's like entering names into some sort of computer program, and a player will pop out. This player would suit you.
Yeah, not
in a sense.
Probably a bit like Football Manager, probably. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know. I'm probably oversimplifying it a lot, but that's what kind of sounds like, you know.
Some clubs use Football Manager as well. Like this is that's probably a simplified version of what the pro teams are using.
It's like
again, I haven't seen what it looks like, but I'm guessing that's how it works.
Right. Okay.
That company would have like a data analyst at various different games and stuff, recording everything, compiling it, and then putting it up into the database.
Wow.
Yeah, it's changed, hasn't it? The game has changed.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, but I know it was good last week listening to Doherty, and he was down on about Ethan O'Brien and Leo Boney. Them two played underage football together in America.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so they knew each other.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, before they come over. So that like little things like that helps them settle in over here.
They're living together as well. Helps. It's a good lot of them living together now. So.
Yeah, they seem to have a good bond there with them all, and even Bulger then would have had the background in America. You know.
Yeah. Apparently some of them are still out in Clotter and then some of them are out in the league. So it's good, to see that. Yeah. No, that's good. Team bonding.
Yeah.
So anything else to add about Waterford, lads?
No. I didn't think of no.
Yeah.
Warren's out injured apparently, just to add that one in. He wasn't even on the bench.
Yeah, Doherty said he was carrying a knock all right.
hamstring, somebody said, maybe.
Right, okay.
Don't know where I got that from. So somebody mentioned that the other night. That could be complete nonsense, so don't take that for gospel. Somebody said I might have been a hamstring, but God knows, who knows. I hope it's not. But yeah, so there was no great surprises, I suppose, with the starting 11, and a couple of subs came on. Bulger came on, Barry Kareem came on. Who else came on? Shane Farrell went off. Who came on for Shane?
Godden.
That's it. Jago Godden. Yeah. Can't really judge him, I suppose, on what did he get. But did he get 20 minutes?
Just looking there, he won the 66, so yeah, he would have got just under half an hour.
Yeah.
All right, like.
Yeah, he did all right. Yeah, it was just one of them games where, like, sort of the game was won early, wasn't it? So,
yeah,
it wasn't. We were chasing the game, and you'd probably see more of them if we were chasing the game.
Exactly. Exactly.
But just even looking at our midfield the other night was amazing to look at, wasn't it? It was so different to last year.
Mm.
You know, you could I don't know what it is. There's just more football in it.
You'd be a bit more confident with it, Richie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's it, definitely. Yeah, you would. Yeah, like, you know, when the ball gets popped in there, it's gonna it'd be kept. No, look, not saying Ryan wouldn't have done that either, but it's a different type of player in there now at the minute. Yeah,
and I think it also goes to show we've also been saying this for a long time, and you said it last week actually, Richie. When we have a winning team, Doherty's not going to change it.
No,
he's just not going to. You know, we go 2-0 up. You know, like, right, the vast majority of these lads are on this pitch until the 95th minute because it's working. He's not one of them managers that just tinkers with things just for the sake of it. Like, you know, he's not going to go chasing that third goal just to have it. You know what I mean? If he get it, great. But he's happy as Larry to sit on that 2-goal lead and just close them out and just not let them anywhere near us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like, he didn't even need Ryan the other night.
No.
You know, and like, I think Ryan's going to be massive for us this season still. You know, you see when he come on, like what he did against Galway, Ryan's going to have a big part to play this season.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Just to ask, Richie, you were at the Oak on Friday night, in the new bar. They kind of a meeting with Kevin and the players and all that. So did anything interesting come out of that you haven't already mentioned, though?
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely worth going into. There's a Rian Wogan. Is it Rian, isn't it? Yeah. It was him that spoke first there. He basically just on about the whole transformation from part-time football to full-time football. And he was basically saying, like, a lot of people thought, right, that's it, we're full-time now. And that's it, job's done. Let's kick on and win everything now, and we should be up the top of the table. And he said, it's not like that whatsoever. He said, what they're doing basically now is planning for the next 3 or 4 years as a full-time club. So, you know, like, he said, it's really only the start of, it's only really now where we're seeing the work from last year's full-time transformation coming in. So, when he first came in, I think there was 2 or 3 of them on full-time, working full-time in the club, and the rest were volunteers. And he said that was hard to work with because they were coming in and doing a 9 to 5, where the volunteers were doing a different job, their own job. So he said it was very hard to work together, all of them. But now, at the minute, I think there's 7 full-time staff in the club working behind the scenes. So he said, just even that we're all on the same time sheet, we're all working at the same time. And he said it's so much better. But he said, look, it's a 3 or 4 year plan. It's when you see the benefit of this full-time football.
Yeah, and there's no doubt we're way ahead of where we probably should be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
As you said, like, they're planning for the next 3 to 4 years and looking down the line at where we want to get to. Like last year, first full year as full-time footballers and being a kick of the ball away from European football, it was way more further on than we expected to be. So you'd have to I think people should And Boga, you'll agree with this, but people should definitely be like tempering the expectation for this year. I know we've started well and we're all full of sort of confidence and exuberance now going into the Laird Derby on Friday and all that, but like, you know, I'm not being negative, but you know, there is a chance where things can catch up with us and we get dragged into a scrap down the bottom and all that. But that's realistically where we should be if you're looking on budgets. Do you know what I mean? Because we're probably down, us and Sligo will probably have the lowest budgets in the league. Fuck knows about Dundalk because they seem to just have money coming out of nowhere to be out signing all these lads, and they're after selling your man today. I put the picture up earlier. I can't even remember his name. He's gone somewhere for 600 grand. What's his name?
Vinny Leonard, yeah, he's going in the summer.
To Norwich.
To Norwich, right. So what do you have to get now? That 650 grand or something?
Yeah.
Right. Fuck me. They're jammy bastards, aren't they?
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, they are. And like, fuck them. But, just on Drogheda, like the work Drogheda's doing behind the scenes, like we really are building a strong foundation here. This club going forward. And like people don't see that side of it, unfortunately. Like people just look at the results on the pitch and judge us by that. But there's so much more. There's so much more to it.
Yeah, like even the stuff that Aoife Burns does, all the community work.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really see that. Or if they're not on Facebook, they don't see it. Like, she's doing great work going around schools and going around different groups and stuff around the area. It's going to get to build the club's reputation up.
Yeah, and then he even mentioned Niamh the other night, to have Niamh in now full time. He said the club are really seeing the benefit of that at the moment. Well, like Niamh was like a volunteer last year.
Yeah.
You know, and like in fairness, like she was doing a full time job on top of that.
Mm.
You know, so they have Niamh in now full time, and he said they're really seeing the benefit of that. Extra office space that have been built in the clubhouse. They've now 2 office space in the clubhouse, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs.
Okay, very good.
You know, so, like little things like that. And people might think it's like big deal, but it is a big deal because they're running the club proper. They're running it from the ground up, getting the proper foundations in, that bit of stability.
Yeah, look, a couple of different opinions on what's going on. I'm not a massive fan of the multi-club ownership, but I have to say that, you know, apart from the massive balls up with European football last year, that they have done a lot of good work. The community aspect of the football club. Now I know, and I think that's a kind of a directive from on high as well, that you need to have community officers and you need to have sort of like, we don't need to have it, but like special needs football and walking football and women, girls football, all of that. That's massive. Like, and they have stepped up and they've gone for all of those things. And they're doing a great job on the ground, as we said earlier. There's loads of improvements. I mean, there's no point in them going in there and spending £2 million on the ground that we hope that will be demolished in a couple of years. Which leads me on to the other question, Richie. Was there any talk about stadiums or?
Yeah, there was. So one of the lads was there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his second name. Mark, can you pronounce it, Owen?
No, I can't remember what it is. I know you're talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people know who he is, but he was there. So it was he spoke very well. So he's basically over here with Drogheda every 6 weeks, he said. So he's still based in America. So he said he's over in Drogheda every 6 weeks. So
Mark Smith, is it?
Yeah, was him, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But,
Koretsky. I have it here actually. Koretsky.
Right, okay.
Koretsky. Not that far ahead, but Koretsky, yeah. Feel like Wayne Gretzky, but Koretsky, yeah.
Mark Koretsky.
Yeah, so he spoke very well. Now, he was on about...
what's his role, Richie?
He what?
What's his role?
I think he's like... It would be like a managing director or something.
He's it's a general manager. It's basically what Wesley Hill was doing, I think.
Yeah.
So Wesley gone now, is he?
As far as I'm aware, he is, yeah. He doesn't work for Trella anymore, I think.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so it's basically the running of the club day to day, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's his gig. But he was basically all about the ground, the money they're spending on the ground, and he said we're spending money on the ground, just enough money just to keep it right. He said we're not going to pump loads of money into the ground for obvious reasons. So David Sheehan was doing it, asked the questions on the night. So he pushed him. He said, look, are we getting a new ground? Like, are we going to be here in 1 to 5 years? Are you looking at 1 to 10 years? And this fella Max said, look, I don't expect to be here in the next 5 years in this ground.
Right, okay.
So he said, unfortunately, and look, you spoke with this last week, I think, it's just not them. I think these are ready to push the button on the new ground. But you're dealing with a lot of government issues, local issues, farmer issues, grants. He said, unfortunately, that is out of our hands. He said, we can't control that.
Yeah. Northern Cross route.
Yeah, so all that. So he said they're ready to push the button on the new ground.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna get too excited about anything. Obviously, we've had a lot of false dawns over the last few years, but we just have to sit back and wait.
We had.
It's over when I see the diggers rolling in. That's
it.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you can understand people not getting excited, but we didn't have these owners the last few years. We didn't own United Park.
Yeah,
we do now.
Look, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. No, definitely, I can understand it. Definitely, I've been saying I'm not that too excited. Look, lads, I love Johnny. I love United Park. I just would you be a little bit wary now of a new stadium, a different atmosphere?
Yeah, I'd be worried about losing the atmosphere. All right, they'd have to have some sort of consultation or try and figure out.
Yeah. And then, the 4,000 or 5,000 stadium, you want to fill that, don't you? That's another big job. And I know the demand for tickets is good at the minute, but to get 5,000 every second week is another big ask, in my opinion.
Well, look, again, this is fantasy time, you know what I mean? We're just indulging ourselves here, but, if you had a 5,000 seat stadium, 1,000 away fans, I don't think that's a massive ask if you're talking about Bows, Shells, Rovers, Dundalk. If you had a proper stadium, and we were doing well, and you're in some sort of a battle for Europe, or a battle for the league, say, in a few years after you get into the stadium, and what's the capacity of United Park? I seen a video. Somebody's put a YouTube video up. Every year somebody goes around and it's League of Ireland stadiums video, but I think it says 3,500 on it for United Park. There's no way you get 3,500 in there, is there?
I think it's near 2.5, is it? Maybe slightly more.
2.5, right. I think there was over 2,000 in it the other night, and there wasn't that many away supporters.
No.
Actually, for Waterford, it was actually a decent amount, but it wasn't even half full.
It wasn't, definitely not half full. So you're talking 2,000 draw supporters and then 500 away fans. So you're talking about doubling your fan base to fill your stadium if you had 1,000 away fans. I mean, it's a grower because it's going to be hard to do that overnight because a lot of people can't get into the ground at the moment, and a lot of people are not attracted to going up to the place because of the way it looks, but a brand new state-of-the-art stadium out the road, I don't know, build it and they will come. I'd be confident that the way the league is going as well, and the TV and the exposure that we're getting and all that, I think we could do it, but I think you're right. I think they have to be really careful about how big it is and how it looks, and running tracks around the pitch and all that. That's a massive conversation because we have a real advantage.
I don't think that'll happen, to be honest.
No.
Especially out where the new stadium's going to be, there already is a running track not far from it. So why would you put another one there?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. You just need to be really careful because I think you're right. I think one of the advantages we have at the moment, it's a tight ground. The fans are on top of it, and the atmosphere that gets generated is unreal with the low roof and the old stand and all that. So we might be we might miss it. You know what I mean? Kind of West Ham style. Like their old ground was a fortress, and now everyone hates that place that they're playing football in. Obviously, it's different kettle of fish. It's an 80,000 seater stadium in the middle of nowhere. We're talking about building a 5,000 seater stadium, kind of in the middle of nowhere as well. But you know, look, progress, lads, it has to happen.
Oh no, look, absolutely, yeah, it does have to happen, and sponsorship, money, and like some all that.
We're outgrowing Sullivan and Lamb Park, so
we are, yeah, and like you definitely want to attract, you want to attract more families and that as well. So a new stadium would do that. But I just look at Tala. I think it's one of the worst atmospheres in the league.
Yeah, it's not great now.
It's really bad. So it is. You know, now look, saying that I haven't been in it when it was full capacity, but anytime we go up, Rovers, don't fill it. I think Rovers will be filled after the European games.
And against Bows, that's probably it.
Against Bows, yeah. So I'd be wary of it, you know. But look, I definitely take his point. We've outgrown United Park, and we do need to move.
Yeah, look, I also do. We get off the stadium thing, obviously, because it's a bit pie in the sky. But they just, keep it small, keep it tight.
Yeah.
Build something that can be expanded upon without, not putting in seats behind either goal or anything like that. Don't just build two stands, one either side. That's a nightmare. That's zero atmosphere, and it'll just be poxy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, look, we can hear all day. Go on.
So that's what we have at the minute. There's no stand behind either goal in United Park.
Yeah, no, that's poxy. Looks terrible on TV, man, with Amble Crescent behind him and houses and all that. I mean, obviously, you're not going to have that out there, but it is poxy. I know we love it because it's
small. Even initially have terracing behind the goals, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I see the rail seats they have in there. It's the thing that they have. So you can have seats in them, but you can,
take them out.
You use them in like Bundesliga and stuff.
Yeah.
So for safe standing and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just think you need to be clever if it does ever happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I agree. Right, lads, we'll talk about the stadium about another 1,458 times before it actually does happen, so we'll get back to that. We'll talk about that in a few weeks. Getting on to this week's game in Oriel Park. Drogheda have sold out their allocation already. That was a bit of a shit show.
It really was, wasn't it?
My God. What happened there?
I don't ever remember them selling that quick before.
No.
Yeah, I think, but it looks like Dundalk released all the tickets this morning. And I think Drogheda had different ideas. I think Drogheda were trying to send them out to season ticket holders first.
Yeah.
Even that was a bit naive, though.
Yeah, but usually on the same WhatsApp as me, we all got the link this morning, first thing.
Yeah, they only got the email until a couple of hours after that then, yeah.
But yes. So we all jumped on that this morning. I got my tickets this morning. I thought that was just the way they were coming out. I didn't know Drogheda sent out an email to season tickets.
But you didn't actually need that link. All you had to do was go on to Dundalk tickets, and the tickets were up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Drogheda thinking it was going to be like that. It was going to be something different.
They normally hide that link. Other clubs that do that, so you can't go onto their website just to do it. But
it was a bit of a shit show. A lot of fans who go every week, home and away, I don't think got tickets to see a few lads.
So what are we talking? Is it about 500 standing and a few 500 in the terrace and then a few in the stands, or what?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's 500 altogether, or including the people in the stand. There's not many in the stand, I don't think.
It's a very small allocation.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy sitting in that stand with yous.
Nope.
I've been in a quarter game. I was commentating on the game years ago.
Right.
It's a better view than what we have from the away end, anyway.
Yeah, I get that, alright, but I just
we did actually. There was a couple of, I'm going to swear now, a couple of pricks were abusing us in the middle of doing the commentary. And, well, in fairness, there was a few Dundalk fans around telling to shut up, so.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I got a free ticket into it about 15 years ago. I remember it was a fucking Monday night game and it was absolutely lashing rain. I think my brother got tickets off somebody and I ended up going into that stand. Oh man, the abuse was it was fucking unbelievable. I thought I was going to be killed. Just helpless fucking roaring abuse. Me being me with a big mouth on me, I was like, yeah, I'm not having this. But it was just, it got a bit antsy. There was fucking stewards stood down beside us then for the rest of the game because it wasn't going well. So I wouldn't go back into it, no way. But I'd rather get wet. But anyway, look, what's done is done. We've sold out our allocation, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about that, but it is unfortunate because I know there was a few people booked on the bus that we have that didn't even get tickets. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe a few more will kind of show up before Friday, hopefully.
Yeah, you'd hope now that they'd release a couple of more. Maybe get a few. I'm sure that if Dundalk can fit more in that way end, why wouldn't they release them? It's more money for them. Or is it more money for us? Well, maybe it's not more for us.
No, more money for them.
Yeah, so that's a positive of them not getting many tickets. So they do lose money.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I know it's a percentage of the ground and all that, so that's 4,500 in that ground. So whatever the percentage is, but I would imagine that it's security as well. I would safely say the cops have a say in how many fans that we can bring down there. Like,
yeah, it can depend on your configuration of the stadium as well. Like,
right.
So say if it is a certain amount, but if you're sharing a stand, you'll have to block off an area or a couple of columns or rows. So it all depends. But because they have a separate entrance and exit for your way in, kind of makes it a bit easier.
Right. Okay. So like onto the game, they had a fairly decent result, you'd say, up in Derry. Derry again was shaky, and Dundalk were winning that game, going into the dying embers of it, like, and they got a penalty. I know a lot of people are complaining about the penalty. I wouldn't be. It was a stone water if you ask me. The whole of his jersey, and that's a penalty.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, he was pulling the jersey. The ref blew the whistle. He was still pulling his jersey. Like, he didn't even stop when the ref blew the whistle. He started celebrating, thinking it was a free out.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I was actually surprised with that result now. I didn't think Dundalk were capable of there getting a point. Now look, I'm not knocking on behalf of putting a decent team together, but I thought Derry now would just be able to blow them away. Obviously not. But I think it was a good time to play Derry. I don't think Derry are just firing on all cylinders just yet.
No, a bit too many. They haven't gelled yet. Too many new players.
They haven't gelled yet. So it was a good time for them not to go up. Now look, it was a good point. They would have took a point going up, but I'd say I felt like the defeat coming home.
Oh yeah, definitely. Kilduff's interview afterwards, he was disgusted.
Yeah.
And obviously he was giving the talks about the penalty and all that. No, if you're going to give a penalty for that, we'd still be out there taking penalties. And, he's saying all the right things. Obviously he's Dundalk manager. That's what he's there to do. He's there to take their side. But I don't think anybody really doubted the fact that it was a penalty. But, I don't want to be dwelling on Derry either, but you'll have to say that's 2 home games in a row where they just about scraped the win by Sligo and a draw against Dundalk. 2 teams that have been sort of fancied to be right down at the bottom at the end of the year. So it's not a great start by Derry, but it's a good start for Dundalk going up to the Brandywell and nearly coming out of there with 3 points. And they did all right by all accounts.
Yeah,
the lads up top, Ruby and Kenny, they did good.
Yeah, they're definitely full of confidence now going into this Friday night after taking a point up there. Doing a confidence the world of good.
Well, and they're probably a bit sick as well. They didn't get all 3.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you just don't know what way to go. But as I said, I just don't think Derry are gelling at the minute. It was a good time to go up and play Derry.
Definitely.
It's hard to judge it.
Look, in my opinion, I don't think there's any debate. I don't think there's any kind of room for change. I think we're going to line out with the same 11 that we started that game with last week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I know now the new pitch, apparently it's a lot better than what was there already. So,
still plastic.
It is still plastic, yeah, but I think that apparently that bounce has gone out of it. Like, you ever see the ball when it bounces down there? Like, it's
Fucking
more
erratic.
highs. Yeah. So I just hope that brings it back to it. Because it definitely did help Dundalk playing on that pitch.
Oh, God. Without a doubt.
You know, so hopefully now it's supposed to be proper 4G or the 5G pitch
Yeah.
you have in. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I hate these games. I really do. I can't get excited about it.
Why not? The fear.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate going to the other place. I won't even go shopping in Dundalk. I hate the place.
Yeah, then, well, listen, don't be contributing to their economy, like.
No, yeah, no,
Fucking right,
but,
you know.
yeah, but the boys they slag me. The boys reckon I need counselling.
I know.
I don't know what. They just get under my skin of any team in world football. I never look forward to going down here. I just don't enjoy it. I'll be there. I'm going. Of course, I'm going.
It's because it's because it's not just football.
No.
It's everything else that's going on in our lives and the state of the town and Louth County Council and it's just there's so many other sort of factors to the rivalry between the two towns. It's way beyond football. Like, it really is. Like, we're the same here in our house. We're getting we're building an extension and doing up the house and all. I think the missus said something about, there's a sale on in some right price tiles or something down in Dundalk. I went bananas. I was like, I'm not buying tiles in Dundalk. No fucking way. They're half price. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd rather go down and take out a credit union loan and pay full price and draw the for them than go down there and buy them. No fucking way, you know.
I'm the
And
same.
she thinks I'm mad, like.
Yeah. Oh, I know, it's mad, isn't it? It's just you get caught. Well, you're right, because like we're so close to each other. It's like such a small county.
Yeah.
We do sort of cross paths a lot. Especially, I know a few Dundalk fans as well. Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I can have a chat with them and that. Like, we're not throwing digs at each other or anything. But, yeah, I just never ever enjoyed going down here ever.
It's a shit away trip, like, it's.
Shit, it's the worst away day in the league.
Yeah,
That's another
it
swear
is.
word from you alone.
Oh, write that down.
I'm just I'm keeping track, yeah, don't worry.
Thank God we're not doing that.
Oh yeah, it used to be goosed.
Yeah,
There's a few listeners keeping track as well. I have them. Keeping dick on you. Make sure you're not bullshitting.
Good.
Right, anyway, lads, look on the game itself. As I said, in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be any change from the starting 11 from last week. Why would you? We're full of confidence. We're playing well. We've got goals in the team. We're defending well. So we should be very, very, very confident going down there. I know it's a derby game and it's on a plastic pitch and it's the first night them back in the league. So the atmosphere is going to be, fairly fiery. Like, I think, I just hope that we can hold our nerve and just not go in there and not be throwing ourselves into things and getting booked and all that. I mean, we got booked. We got 4 yellow cards against Waterford the other night, which I thought was ridiculous because there wasn't a bad challenge in that game.
No, I don't think so, no.
4 yellows. That was bad.
Yeah. No, definitely, like, this Friday night, they can't get caught up in the emotion of it. They can't get caught up in the occasion. They have to just go and do what they've been doing. And, like, I definitely think Droghed's 11 against the Dark 11, I think we're by far stronger. But that comes to a derby match, that can go out the window.
Yes, I agree.
I just think we've been down here a lot lately, not lately, last couple of years, and we've just red cards, like just moments of madness, just getting caught up in it all. Like hopefully now we're a bit more professional this Friday night and don't get caught up in that. Let the fans do that.
Yeah, we need experienced lads like Brian and Keeley and even Bulger and that in the team at this point. He's been there a few years now and he's played a good few derbies and just keep calm heads and there's a good few young lads in that team now as well. And I mean, Brandon Cavanagh's well used to going down there with Pats and with Derry. Like Mark Doyle won down there with us a couple of years ago, I think, before he ended up going to Pats. I remember that game, it was during COVID. He scored below in Oriel. So, look, yeah, that's it. Go down there, play your own game. Don't get involved in the messing. Don't get involved in any of the bullshit. Not too fiery, not too passionate. Passionate enough. We want to win the thing. Don't be too passive, obviously, but like don't be throwing yourself into anything. And because look, we know derby games, league form kind of goes out the window, and whoever has the best 11 doesn't necessarily come out on top, and it's not a happy hunting ground for us down there. I know United Park, we've been doing really well against them over the last good few years, but down in Dundalk, it hasn't been great. So fingers crossed. I'm not sure how much I want to add to that, really. Just as you said, I'm not looking forward to it. I might be on the day, I'll be a bit excited about it and all that, but it's just not the best place to go. It's fucking horrible, like.
Yeah. What do you think, Owen?
Yeah, kind of pretty much the same. It wouldn't be my favourite away trip now. I do like the buzz of it, a loud derby, but the home ones are great. But Jesus, I hate going up to that tip. Like, I really do. Again, I said, just hope lads don't do anything stupid. Yeah, on paper, we probably have a better team, but again, that doesn't mean anything in a derby game. Just hopefully settle down early. If the likes of Keely, that'll be able to keep any lads are nervous or whatever, keep it calm and stuff. I don't know whether they'll try any dirty tricks around with that, just not to rise to it, but it's actually probably a lot of the Dock squad probably wouldn't have played in
the derby.
Daryl Horgan probably, he's played in a few, but
Dervin.
Dervin, he one or two, but apart from that, not a whole lot of them would have played in one before, like, so.
I don't think there's any other players in that squad that were with Dundalk last time we played them.
No. The last time we played Dundalk, did we have Keely in the team? No, Keely didn't play the season Dundalk was up with us, didn't he?
No.
So that's massive, mate. To have him at the heart of defence.
Last year was Keely's return year. The year before was the year they got relegated and we won the cup.
Yeah, he was a Pats.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't have Keely the last time we played them.
We didn't have Keely. So to me that's massive, to have Keely.
Yeah, without doubt. Absolutely. Well, lads, we'll go ahead and get to... Go on, sorry.
We don't really want to talk about them, do we?
No, I just want to wrap this up now. I'm reticent to even go on about this game. I don't even want to give a prediction, but I suppose we have to.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll start with you, Owen.
I'm going to say 2-1 draw.
2-1 draw. Do you want to give goal scorers or not? You don't have to.
Kavanagh and Alua.
All right. Richie?
Yeah, I want to go 2-0 draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, I want to stick with that. I want to go Keely. And I would go Doyle.
Right. I'm also going to go 2-1. I could see us going maybe 2-0 up and then them scoring and making it really nervous for us, because that's what always happens. Fucking does. Right, I am going to go with... I'd say it'll be some sort of a long ball or a long throw in from a header. So I'll go Keely and I'll also go Doyle. Keely and Doyle, 2-1 draw.
We'll be happy with that, lads.
You'll be very, very happy with that. Yeah, 100%.
What time is heading down for?
If you can leave draw to just before 7, 7:15.
Oh yeah, it's just
8 o'clock kick-off. It's on the box as well, so.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm working in Dublin that day and I'm working later than I normally do, so it'll be a mad rush to get back, but I should be back in time for the bus. Yeah, look, anything else to add, lads?
No, just hopefully this time next week we'll be buzzing after a win.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, and you want to add?
Fuck Dundalk, that's all I have to say.
Hey!
Not a swear down.
That should be a tenner.
It was water. Oh, it was water.
Right, boys, look, we'll wrap it up, and I'll see you in Oriel Park on Friday night.
Yeah. See you then, guys.
See you then. Good luck.
All right. Cheers, boys.
God bless.
It's hard to be